Over the moon.
What is that?
It's a Christmas present.
And where'd you get that from?
Came in the mail.
And what are you doing with it?
Trying to show that I'm grateful.
Okay, how?
By sharing the spirit of Christmas on Insta.
And is that what you think the spirit of Christmas is? And everyone, that is Dash. Also, hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Now, for a change, we're not going to be asking any questions, but because there are two of us, we figured it was time to talk about one of you. We're talking about Christmas for one.
All right, so after that amazing intro, yes, it is time to talk about one of you. Now, the reason why we're doing that today is maybe our get up and the little tree behind us is a bit of a giveaway. It is holidays time, and we like to sort of focus on the lesser topic of what if you find yourself alone for whatever reason during the holidays. And trust me, we've both been in this situation. So we, I think, have a little bit of authority on this. So we will talk about this today. And the reason why it's important to stop thinking what other people are doing is because first, pretend today is not Christmas or this is not Christmas time. Do you normally feel lonely? Do you feel alone by yourself in this situation without the holidays being the backdrop of the situation? If not, then don't get carried away with what other people are doing, what they're doing on Instagram, what they're doing on Facebook, or whatever.
Honestly, this is not the time to be sitting there wondering, why am I alone? Why am I by myself? Don't take stock of your life at this moment. Do that when you're too busy being surrounded by other people.
100%.
Today, look, let's face it, there isn't anyone around you, so make the most of it. It's your time to shine. Do what makes you happy. Just because you're alone doesn't mean you're lonely.
That's a really good point. And just to talk a little bit more about that, if you're probably working for whatever reason, if you're an essential worker or something else,
Firstly, we thank you.
we thank you from the bottom of our heart. And we've both been in the situation where we work through the holidays. So trust me, I know what it feels. And sometimes it's a good thing. And for those who have time off for whatever reason or find themselves that they cannot actually go anywhere, be with anyone, don't pressure yourself. Now, is there a place that you always wanted to go, something you saw on the Discovery Channel or the Lonely Planet or something similar? This would be the perfect time to organize that trip, a day trip somewhere local. You don't have to cross state lines.
Yeah.
Maybe stay local. Whatever you think is something that's always interested you, even if it's going to the local garden that you haven't been to. So that's my idea.
And that's a really good idea. And look, for those of you who are actually wanting ideas, stick around to the end of the video because we'll give you a heap of ideas of where to go, what to do in Melbourne and around the world. But coming back to the point about, seeking time out for yourself, going on a day trip. If you feel like that's not something that you want to do, well, here's another idea. Maybe you could spend time with other people by volunteering. If you have time on your hands, you're not working, and you feel like, I just don't want to sit down and binge on Netflix, then why don't you go do that? In Australia, there is, so seek.com.au also have a volunteer website. I think if you just Google Seek Volunteer, it should take you there and it'll give you a list of places that are currently seeking volunteers. Christmas Day is an especially busy holiday, so you never know, you might end up making a day out of it, might make some new friends.
Having given up coffee fairly recently, I find myself struggling to get a jump on the day like I used to. But on Christmas days, I might make an exception. And I think you should sort of make yourself the best cup of coffee or tea or whatever beverage of choice that you have. Then get yourself ready, put your best dress, shirt, clothes, whatever on. Get yourself out of the house. Just get yourself out of the house. Don't have to go anywhere, head anywhere. Don't have any destination in mind if you haven't planned anything. Just get yourself out there. One thing will happen. It's not as bad out there as you think it is when you're alone sitting inside the house or wherever you are by yourself. Once you see other people out and about, who knows, you'll strike up a conversation. Those people out there are in the same boat as you are, because think about them. If they were invited for Christmas or had to be somewhere else for Christmas, they would not be there. So perfect opportunity to meet people that are in your situation. So I say get yourself out, make sure you wear comfortable shoes so you can stay out as long as possible.
Now's also a great time to consider separating yourself not just physically, but maybe mentally and emotionally. And I'm talking about social media. Now, I'm not saying deactivate, please don't take it the wrong way. I'm just saying maybe put those apps in a separate group and leave it alone. You know, one thing that we all know on social media is that everyone is going to be posting all these, you know, family gatherings, friendly gatherings, lots of food, lots of drinks, a lot of laughter, a lot of partying. And for some of you, and I know I've been in this boat, it's not the greatest feeling because then you suddenly start feeling that presence where you're lonely again. So take a step back, move the social media apps away from your main screen on your phone, and just let it be. And you know what? Maybe at the end of the day, you'll have taken a bajillion photos or something like that and tons of videos. And then maybe you'll make that your big post. And instead of looking at other people, you're looking at your own photos and thinking, you know what? I made the most of it and I had a great day.
That is such a good point, and I want to stress that enough because if you're too busy consuming content and whatever, you'll probably forget to create your own, which is a perfect opportunity to sort of do this. I'm not saying overhaul your life and take stock of everything now, as Sabia said before. Now it's probably not the time to do that because this is distorted reality, as the friends and the people that you normally hang out with are probably going to be busy otherwise. But as I said, pretend if it's not the holidays, pretend it's just a normal time of the year where it's a break and the weather is nice, especially in the southern hemisphere. Hey, make a day out of it and have fun with it.
And another thing to note, just because, you know, in the start of the video, you might have seen Dash trying to take the perfect shot of some Christmas cake that he got, you should know what we see on Instagram is rarely what really happens. The amount of setup he had just to take that perfect shot stresses that you can edit anything that you want, it doesn't make it true. So do yourself a favor. Don't pay attention to all those parties and whatever. You don't know. They may end up having arguments. We all know that holiday parties and gatherings are rife for that. Been there, lived it. You?
100%. Good tip is, yeah, what you see is not probably what it is, and what it is probably what it should have been. So I suppose at the end of the day, make your own reality. Don't buy into other people's hashtags. Okay, so I just found myself a piece of paper and it's got some writing on it and I'm going to read it. Well, I wrote it.
Change of pace this time. He's doing the reading. I'm doing the talking.
Yeah, without my glasses. So anyway. All right. So the reason why I have a paper is because I didn't want to get this wrong and I wanted to sort of get it out there. Now, if you are fortunate enough to be in Melbourne area, there are a few things that are open. You might want to check yourself before, because of restrictions might come in and things might change by the time we do this video and by the time you see it. So a couple of things that are, or a couple of things, more than a couple of things that are open in Melbourne. The Eureka Sky Deck, the 88th floor observation, open from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Christmas Day. The Melbourne Zoo, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sea Life Melbourne Aquarium, open from 9:30 to 6 p.m. Crown Entertainment Complex from 12 p.m. So probably doesn't close because it doesn't have a closing time. And if you haven't seen the Melbourne Star Observatory, the big giant pills that go around.
The observation wheel.
Yeah, that thing that looks like a little Ferret wheel. 1 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And sunset is around 8:45. So if you go around, say, probably 8:15, 8:30, golden hour, best time to take shots. Hashtag blessed life.
And I do believe, oh, thank you. So I will be doing some reading after all. So along with those activities that are open from certain times, at the end of the day, if you feel like, no, I don't want to wait in line for anything, Melbourne CBD has 5 gardens. And we all know that Melbourne gardens are some of the most beautiful there are.
Yeah.
So for those who aren't aware, or traveling down to Melbourne for whatever reason, welcome. The 5 gardens are Gardens in the City, Birrarung Ma, Carlton Gardens, Fitzroy Gardens, and Royal Botanic Gardens. Now, Birrarung Ma and Royal Botanic Gardens kind of cross between each other, and they run along the Yarra River. Gardens in the City is, I believe...
Flagstaff Gardens, I think that could be
right.
right.
Yes. So it is right next to a train station, Flagstaff station. As it turns out, this might be an activity we need to do.
Yes, we would.
Not on Christmas. Christmas, I'm expecting to argue with him about food, but that's neither here nor there. See? Hashtag blessed life.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. And I suppose the thing with the reason I'm so surprised is because I personally didn't know we had 5 gardens in Melbourne. I only thought there was like one
In the city.
in the city. Like I genuinely thought we only had the big one that goes around St Kilda. What's that? The botanical garden, also
Yeah,
called
the Royal
the Royal
Botan-
Botanical Garden. It's a governor's house. I believe that's where he lives.
Absolutely. Once again, Mr. Dash. It's such an interesting hat. I'm not stealing it though. Okay, so we've talked about what you can do, how you should approach the day, what activities there are for you to do. But let's be real, at the end of the day, this is about you and what you want to do or what you don't want to do. I think it's very important that you remember that just because you're alone on this day doesn't mean that you have to be lonely. You are your best friend. You are your number one. Do what makes you happy. And yes, we do say go outside, probably because we all need a little bit of vitamin D, and it is summer in Melbourne. It is sunny-ish, I guess. At the end of the day, do what makes you happy. Just remember that just what you see on social media doesn't mean that that is reality. And I know that you will have a splendid time. Now, if you are working, firstly, we thank you for working during a public holiday. Not fun. We both know this, right?
Yep, been there.
But once you come back from your shift, take the day for yourself. Order your favorite takeout. Put on your favorite movie. If you drink, open a glass of that expensive wine that you've been saving for a special occasion. The occasion is you. Enjoy. Self-care, a bubble bath. Relax. It's your day. Have fun with it. And with that, guys, it's time to say goodbye. I'm Sevilla.
I'm Dash, and just want to say, please stay safe during the holidays.
Yep.
Have fun. Do whatever makes you happy. Comment, subscribe to this channel. If you can't, that's fine. We love you anyway. And thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Bye.
Bye, everybody.